Right, this is my take on the fuel filler area. Now, I intend to have a flush fitting cover that drops into where the filler is on both sides. So what I'm going to do is, or what I'm starting to do is, seal off the bottom, mask off the outside, and then going to pour into there a 2-part foam. When that's gone off, smooth it off so it follows the contours of the front clip. Then go around with a knife and cut it out. So that then gives me my buck effectively. So onto that, I'll then take that buck, smooth it all off so it's a nice fit in there. Put some release agent on the buck, as we call it, and take a fiberglass copy of that. And then once that then gives me my mould, which I then turn over and then cast a block to go into there. And I'll hold those in with these press clip release unit things. So I'm going to put one there and one there. So that will then blend in nicely with the bodywork. I'm not very keen on these big fuel fillers. Yeah, I know that's the real thing, but at the end of the day, this is my car and I'm doing it my way. Right, that's the foam. Right, that's the foam poured in, and as you can see, it's expanding already. So I'm just going to have to cap that off, and I can't actually film and cap it at the same time. So come back to you in a minute. So that's capped it off, so it's now forcing its way out, and I'll just trim it off as it keeps coming out. And this is the other side, which is starting to go off. So it's looking good. Looks messy at the moment, but it will be okay. Just take the tape off now. Right, that's the tape taken off. So we'll leave that now a couple of hours to thoroughly harden off, and then shape it to the contours of the body. Right, that's it all sanded back, so it follows the contours. So the next job now is to go around with a thin knife and prise it, cut all the way round, and take the buck out. And we'll see what it looks like. Right, we've used a knife. I've gone round, and there's the first buck. So that came out quite nicely. So I've now got to smooth and finish and do a lot of work on that before we take a mould from it. And that's it all trimmed. Well, top's trimmed anyway. So that's the sort of fit we hope we're going to end up with. Not sure exactly how I'm going to do the moulding. But we'll sort something out. Right, that's the 2 bucks put in the boxes and the silicone poured on top to make the mould. So once that's done, I'll then pop them out the mould and make up the first fiberglass ones, which will then become either the ones to use, or I may have to use those as a buck to make another mould. We'll see how it works out. Right, that's the 2 silicone moulds made. They're a bit rough, but I expected that. So next job now is to put some release agent in, gel coat and fiberglass, pop it out, then make that into a really nice fit with filler, and that will then become the buck. And then I'll do another silicone mould so that I can actually then make the real one. That's the plan, so let's see what happens. Right, that's the gel coat added, and there's all the bits ready to lay up. So let's do that next and see what happens. Right, that's all layered up with 2 layers of 200 gram mat. Now we'll pop it out and see what it looks like. Right, that's popped out the mould. Yeah, quite pleased at the moment. Obviously got to be cleaned up though, and then lots of filler, and we'll go from there. Right, well that's it, popped out the mould, loosely trimmed up. Obviously a pretty crappy finish, not worried about that. Question is, does it fit? Well, the answer there is yes. Right, that's quite nice. So I'm going to end up putting these sort of press catches, one there and one there, just to pop that off. I much prefer that to the filler cap showing up through, but everyone to their own. And obviously on the other side, that fits as well. So next job now is to clean it all up, fill it, and make it a nice finish to resemble the rest of the car. Right, that's the actual real bucks now made and mounted in the box, ready for pouring the silicone over, and from that we will then make the real item. So here we go. Right, that's the silicone poured in and gone off nice and hard, and then I've popped one out already, and that came out quite nice, quite pleased with that. So all I've got to do now is to make a fiberglass one and see what it looks like. Right, that's the fiberglassing done, and that's all gone off nice and hard. So we'll pop it out the mould and see what it looks like. And that's them taken out. Not too bad. Needs a bit of work, but yeah, as good as the bodywork. Just got to make sure now that they fit. Right, so that's the fuel cover finished, and that's the hole it's going to go into. So I've added some little lugs to stop it dropping down in, a little spring to push it up, and using these poppers from Car Builder Solutions seem to work quite well, and a little clip there, relatively easy to fit. Slot them in at the back. That's it, it's in. And then to take it out, simple press the button and lift him out. And then over on the other side, we have exactly the same principle. That's it clipped in. Hopefully that may be of some use to some people who've come up with an idea similar to this, but I think it makes the general appearance of the car a lot better rather than having the big fuel cap sat up. But everyone to their own. Thanks again for watching.